momentum appears to be building on Capitol Hill to expel Republican George Santos from Congress amid a growing ethics scandal.
The latest issues have to do with his personal spending. A report found that Santos violated federal law, allegedly using thousands of dollars in campaign funds on things such as Botox, rent, and taking trips. One of his campaign staffers allegedly went 8 months without pay. This morning, the head of the House Ethics Committee is expected to file a resolution to expel Santos. A vote could happen after the Thanksgiving holiday. Meanwhile, Santos says he will not seek re-election in 2024.
Yes, liberals and conservatives, left, right. So many disagreements. There doesn't really seem to be a lot that can be agreed on by both of these sides, right? There's no mutual agreement. But one thing that they can both agree on is George Santos. George Santos is a ludicrous individual. He lied his way into Congress, and he is being held to account for those lies because they're just so outlandish that really Congress was left no choice but to investigate and put in a motion to have him evicted, taken out from his position as a congressional leader. He is, or he has, I mean, he's already been found out before, but of course, it's just with anything, you have to investigate. You have to see more of what's going on. You need to collect evidence in order to have a stronger case. So now with further investigation done into the cases of George Santos by federal entities, he is being found as allegedly committing fraud. Well, there's such a list here. He was using donor money, political donor money, for things that don't make any sense. He wasn't even doing money laundering. He was just spending it on OnlyFans, putting it directly into his personal account. I mean, he wasn't even like hiding anything. He was just so reckless, so impulsive. I wouldn't be surprised if he was, I don't know, freaking doing a bunch of weird stuff in the bathroom with like some other, aide or something like that. He just seems like a guy that's just riddled with scandal, just coming off of him every which way. But let's list some of the scandals involved here. So he said he was actually lying to collect unemployment. He was collecting more than $24,000 for unemployment, and he also committed identity theft with some of the donors that gave him money to actually put into his personal account, which is illegal. You're not supposed to do that. He lied to Congress on several times when he was questioned about certain clarifications that were needed. And he also reimbursed himself for loans that he did not make. I mean, he was taking out loans and this and that, loan fraud. And then he lied about where he went to high school, college. I mean, everyone maybe writes resume and says, that they're puffing it up and make it look better than it is. But this guy was just outright lying what he was doing. He didn't even work on Wall Street. He said that he worked on Wall Street. And one of the more ridiculous lies is that he was a writer of the Spider-Man musical, the one that didn't succeed, saying that he was a part of that. And then, saying that he swindled a disabled vet whose dog was dying, ripped off an Amish dog breeder. He also saying that his mother's death was related to 9/11. The list just goes on. And that his grandmother was in the Holocaust and that he was Jewish. But he says he wasn't Jewish, that he was Jewish, in quotes. What is that? You're just like a little sprinkling of Jew? There is this thing in Judaism where actually I was listening to a Jewish comedian saying that if you have a 50th of pork in your food, then it's okay according to Jewish law. So maybe if you're just a sprinkling of Jewish, then you can be a little bit of Jew, So I don't know how those pro-Palestinian things are. If you're maybe George Santos is somebody you got to argue with when it comes to Zionism. Maybe he said he was a Zionist. Who knows what else he was saying? But I hope they get rid of the guy. The guy's got to get out of there. I think there have not been many people that have been taken out of Congress in this way. Really, the last time was in, I think, almost 20 years ago, and 3 of them were during the Civil War time because they were disloyal to the Union because they were probably part of some kind of Confederate sympathizing group. But that's pretty serious, and this rarely happens. So good riddance, George Santos. And it'll be interesting to see what he does after this. Maybe he'll do a podcast like this one. And I'm sure a lot of people would listen to that one. So we'll see what he does. All right, well, be sure to like and subscribe and comment if you have anything to add to this conversation as well. And I will see you on the next video.